see.
Any bird, right?
All right. Good day, everyone. Happy New Year, especially to those who are in the rest of the world. Asia already had its New Year yesterday.
Yeah.
How was your New Year, Andy?
It was great. I saw a lot of fireworks, I think.
Oh, that's sweet, man. Oh,
How
man.
was your New Year?
Oh, I was fucking at home, bro. Yeah, because Hannah. I'm happy to spend time with the family. I mean, my partying days are
This
over.
is the
man.
disclaimer part,
Yeah,
guys.
this is the disclaimer part, guys.
Yep.
I have stopped partying for many years already because I've done so much partying that it's more than enough. You know, it's more than enough. It's really your time. You know, the people who are still single, having fun, in love and shit. I'm in love too, but by the way, when you have your kids going to primary school, it's a whole level of stress. We were running around doing errands, finding the books. The books already done, the bag, the shoes, making sure that everything is right. You know, the education in Singapore is just the way it is. You know, so not only that,
Yeah.
Haley couldn't sleep last night. So we had to wake up at 6 a.m. to get the eldest ready for school, and then the younger one couldn't sleep until 2 a.m. So between the parents, we slept anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, which is kind of normal for me, but not so normal for the wife. So the wife was a little bit cranky, but you know what? It's just one of those days. But nonetheless, Happy New Year, everyone. I think everyone probably had some fun, whether you were out and obviously you were enjoying with the friends and family. That is the way it should be. So anyway, right now we are going to be opening up the stream with lots of important information to kickstart 2019. Shit, bro. It's been a whole year. And right now, where is the market going to be headed in terms of where Bitcoin is going to be headed? Where are the equity markets going to be headed? What are the strategies in place that we are going to be doing, right? And at the same time, how are you able to get involved, right? So all these things are going to be happening in CG Protégé. CG Protégé is our latest free Discord group, right? Links are in the description below. And if you're someone who is still wondering how to get started in terms of trading, creating a portfolio, how to do proper risk management, this is the group for you. It's completely free. It's meant to just provide you with information. And last but not least, obviously, we also have our Discord group. That is our premium group. That is a group where we really dive deep into your portfolio, where we offer weekly webinars updating you about what we are planning to do on a mark-to-market basis. So all this is in the links to the description below. And let's get started on the very first episode of 2019, folks.
Yeah, so just want to wish all of you guys Happy New Year.
Yay. Some fucker mentioned that my rocket was flying sideways. That is true, right?
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's flying sideways. Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the whole idea is that the rocket is flying and it's moving upwards. And I think this is the most important thing, is that are we going to see a higher Bitcoin?
Yeah, I would think
You
so.
know, I think
hope
everybody
so.
wants to know. Everybody wants to know,
Yeah.
because everybody thinks that, there are other cryptocurrencies. I think Paragon did 6,200%, right? Paragon is the so-called the marijuana coin that is out there that took a whopping $24,000
Wow.
to move 6,200%. $24,000, guys, in a coin exchange called Stacks. Great for people who have small portfolios. Not discounting all these folks, right? At the end of the day, maybe if they had gone into Paragon at that time, they would have made a lot of money. I mean, 6,200% in a day is amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing. But I think I'll get stuck, bro.
But anyone can move that, right? I think both of us can move that by 60,000%.
Yeah, we probably can move it 60,000%.
Yeah, but
anyway, that's your thing. we are now going to be covering the overall markets. Andy, what do you have for us today?
Well, it's a lot of great information. We're going to be talking about S&P 500, the stock market. We're going to be talking about how Fortnite's opening up, accepting crypto payments.
Do you play Fortnite?
I don't, unfortunately.
What?
I just do JRPG, kind of like those cute slimes. Like, yeah, I know he does the first person shooting.
I don't play Fortnite because I mean, look, it's fun. I know that it has a huge following, but I really have very little time to dedicate to these kind of things. I would love to because I have been a gamer before. I think you're kind of still a gamer, but we can't really dedicate that much time because there's so much information and so much things happening in the space that sometimes when you want to play games, it's very hard. But I do occasionally play a little bit of games, but it's just very occasionally that I cannot consider myself credible or anything like that. So but it is fun. Fortnite is fun. So what is Fortnite doing at the moment?
Wow. Okay, so let's go to the Fortnite news first. So Fortnite stores now accept crypto, but only Monero. Interesting.
And not Bitcoin.
And not Bitcoin. Why? Because they want to make it private. Like they have privacy concerns, and therefore they are only accepting Monero.
Okay.
And so interestingly, these are kind of the costumes. I don't play Fortnite myself, so I'm not sure. But in any case, the American teens now said they preferred to receive crypto or V-Bucks, which is dollars that you can use in Fortnite, over cash gifts, cards, or even gas money as gift for Christmas. Right. So, in fact, the Monero developer was very excited. He shared it on Twitter and says that now the Merc store lets you pay in Monero. So now we can purchase that sweet burger once without friends or whatever judging you.
The onesie.
The onesie, yeah.
Right. And, hey, we should actually one day, right, wear a onesie to one of. I mean, I really don't know what kind of onesie we should be wearing.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted because Haley wears a onesie to sleep every night. It's very cute.
It's very cute. Right?
But I don't know whether it will work for us.
I don't think
so. I mean, sometimes we just have to do a little bit of gimmicky shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If you were to wear a onesie, right? I think it'd be quite cute also, bro.
I don't know.
Just wondering.
I think Mike will look better.
Would you guys want to see us in a onesie in one of our episodes? Comment in the section below, and what kind of onesie should we be wearing? I think it's just something that we need to put out there. I have no idea, but I find it very adorable. Right? Maybe it kind of tones down the seriousness of our channel.
Maybe Mike will look better in it.
Mike,
he will fit nicely into the hood.
Mike looks like a onesie.
Yeah.
I mean, he was born to wear a onesie.
It's nice complexion.
Honestly, it's true.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is something that I find occasionally when games accept crypto and the millennials are willing to accept crypto, I think it's very encouraging because adoption is the key. Yeah. Right? We know for a fact that whether is it the technology, whether is it the actual token itself, as long as there are companies willing to accept them and there's an internal following and people willing to accept them, I think that's a start. So
that's good
who
news
knows? Maybe Monero could be one of the plays for 2019.
Yep. Who knows?
Yep.
Alright, so in the next news, we have S&P 500 stock market worldwide close out worst year since 2008. So it is kind of reported that for S&P 500 in the first 3 quarters of 2018, it was on a huge great profit. But the last quarter of S&P 500 just erased off all its gain in 2018 and closed out negative. So this is like much in the history, one of the worst performing year ever for S&P 500. Yeah.
Oh, wait, another thing. If you guys have questions, right, it will be best that you post questions, or else this stream is going to be extremely short. I do see some questions, so that's good. We're gonna be covering your questions later, but we need more questions, or else we're just gonna be covering whatever that's gonna be needed in the episode, and then we're gonna probably end the stream. It's pretty light because the year just begun.
Yep.
And yes, that being said, S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones were all down more than 20%. This to me is the start of something bigger boiling behind the scenes, guys. You have to take note of this because this channel, although it started out from crypto, at the end of the day, it's also about educating you guys that there's other opportunities out there. I know it's definitely challenging to start a stock market account, right? Because as long as you're not 21 and above, I think it's either 18 or 21, you're not able to start. Unlike crypto that has very low to no KYC at certain points, I think as long as your account withdrawal is less than 2 BTC, they don't require you to actually KYC.
Yep.
I think for all our exchanges that we use, we actually have full KYC. It's quite straightforward for us.
Yep.
But I understand that there are sometimes certain restrictions, maybe due to your country, or you want to be able to have fun in the market or whatever. And crypto kind of still allows you to do that. In the stock market, it doesn't allow you to do that, but it doesn't mean that there aren't opportunities. And right now, we see an opportunity in the stock market, right? So this is something that we are going to be educating and teaching you guys in our elite group and our CG Protégé. This is something that's very, very important, because if the stock markets are offering an opportunity for you to make money, right? And if you don't capitalize on it, others will, and by the time you do it, it'll be too late. So don't keep looking at just Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever altcoins. Take note that there's also other markets out there. There's also the commodities market, right, which we have been also consistently profiting from, just by going into gold. I wouldn't say it's as much of a fantastic return as per shorting the crypto markets, but it's still a favorable return if you look at it from a yearly perspective.
Yep.
So yeah, so right now what I'm seeing for the fact that the whole market corrected in the equity markets, right, it just goes to show that the big boys have been taking profit. This is 20% down, and it wiped out the whole of 2018 in terms of its gains. This is not some small player. The stock markets are in terms of the trillions. This is not in the billions, it's in the trillions. So for it to drop 20%, it is substantial, okay? And right now, you're seeing for the fact that, is this the beginning? Is it due to the trade wars that's going on, the discussions between Trump and Xi Jinping? Is it due to the US government shutdown? I'm sure all these are viable factors
Yep.
that is affecting the stock market at the moment. But it seems that our crypto market is kind of doing well.
Yep.
It's quite interesting. There's no correlation, guys. Honestly, there's no correlation. Do we hope that some of this money that is coming out from the equity markets comes in? Well, sure, but I'm sure it's a very minute percentage. It's a small percentage. But if that small percentage actually comes in, and it will give us a boost, because our market cap is fucking small. It's 130 billion. I mean, it's less than 130 billion now.
That's nothing really.
So 5 billion, we already like every single chat group already starts making noise. It's fucking cute, guys. So right now, whatever kind of fresh money that comes in, which is something that we take note of as well, because if you notice the US dollar tether and the actual BTC USD pairings and BTC USD tether, you will notice a difference of anywhere from $20 to sometimes $50. So when you see USD, right, going up or having a much higher price point compared to the stable coin, which is the BTC USD tether pairings, it just goes to show that there's more fresh money coming in. That's what we want. But for the good part of 2018, most of the time, the USD tether was higher because it was internal money being circulated and moving from one coin to another. It wasn't something that we were happy about, because it just goes to show that it was the same fuckers who were playing the market over and over again. But right now, if you see that disparity, it's actually a good sign. It's healthy. I like to see that. Yeah.
So when we're talking about economic calendar wise, or we were just talking about how the different markets are, just want to show you guys quickly about what Ryan just mentioned. So this is all the indices. Let's just look at 1 month data. We can see that most of it is kind of recovering, partly because it's the new year. They want to give a fresh year, a fresh start. We're just recovering slightly, but we're still down most of the time. Commodities wise, only gold and natural gas are doing pretty okay. ETFs wise, it depends on which ETF you're talking about, but when you look at crypto, it's mainly in green, except BCH, which doesn't really correlate to anything. But you realize most of crypto is kind of green as compared to some of the indices, so the percentage gains are more significant. Now you can just notice this, if you just go on different tabs every single day, you realize the percentage, normally indices will mainly be in red, whereas crypto will be in green, or there's a certain correlation.
And very big percentages.
Yeah,
That's
very different
just due to the fact that we have a very small market cap, guys. So sadly, it's a good thing, because that just goes to show that whoever knows about crypto, which is very few, seriously very few, you think that we have all been in the scene long enough, so it just seems like, oh, there's a lot of people who are knowing about crypto. But let's just ask ourselves one thing: how many bitcoins do you own? Realistically, how many bitcoins do you own at the moment? And if you don't even own one bitcoin, right, who is owning majority of those bitcoins, right? And who is moving those markets? So right now the game is to accumulate as much bitcoins as possible.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about Bitcoin prices then, and then after I'll move on to some of the other news. So simply put, right now this is on a 1 hour for BTC on Bitstamp. All right, so what we can see here is potentially it may be a bull flag. Well, there's always many bull flags, okay, but this is similarly like this is kind of like a flagpole for the formation of a bull flag, and this is how the downward action is as of now. It's a negative kind of parallel channel heading downwards. But as you can see, we kind of bumped about to 3814 in the last hour or last few minutes, but now we're down again, so it's just this up down action. And so volume wise, we're still on a pretty low. Personally, I don't see much recovery as of now. So even if you do draw down the volume line, you realize that it's still on a negative trending. So this is what's happening to the volume as well. So we don't see much recovery. It's kind of like a divergence situation. So do not expect huge movement coming from BTC as of now. But of course, we have broken through the Kumo cloud, which is due to this candle that happened last night for Singapore. But this is kind of like a good sign, okay? But even when you look at 4 hours wise, we are still kind of struggling below the cloud.
The volume is just still pathetic.
The volume is still bad.
It's still pathetic.
Yeah, so we won't see a huge recovery as of now. It's still kind of like a divergent situation for both RSI and OBV. But we are still struggling to hit or to even go into the cloud. Okay, so that's a huge problem when it comes to 4 hours. This thick cloud here will suppress the price of BTC for a while unless organic volume comes in and we surpass the cloud. Yeah.
I have a question. That a lot of channels, of course, talk about almost the same thing. Right? The next question that I want to pose is, why does the price want to move above a certain level? Why not just maintain it between 3.2 to 3.5? Why not just keep it around there? And it helps the OTC market a lot.
Yeah.
So the question is, why is there action happening above the surface at the moment? Obviously, okay, for very obvious reasons, there has to be a point where the actual market will catch up. Because any action happening on the OTC level is always still dependent on the market price. So my question is, who's actually moving the market price up, right? Why do they want to have the market price up? Obviously, it helps the OTC markets finally make a profit, right? This is the question that is in probably everybody's minds. And to me, I just think that at the end of the day, 3.2 at that time when it was 3,200, every single individual is calling out for lower than 3. You have Tonve saying that it could go sub 3. There's people who are saying that it can go 1,008. My question to you is, who is willing to sell at that price? And what kind of catalyst would push it down to those levels? As an individual, you can comment whatever you want. The question is, do you have enough Bitcoins to push it down to that price point? And even if it goes down to that price point, right, there will be so much huge buying volume that it will just touch and it will immediately bounce back up so quickly, you will never ever have the chance to even put in your damn order. You can put your order in now, right? You can put in your order in now, okay? And maybe, just maybe, you'll be one of those lucky orders that have fulfilled. But I don't see it really dipping that much. I personally don't. This is just my personal opinion. It doesn't matter. I don't care about other people's opinion. I just feel that when I went at 3,200, that was my price point. For me, that was my low. Could it go lower? I'll just add more. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not leaving this position. I feel that we have corrected a total of 78% the whole of last year. 78%. It doesn't have to fucking go to 80%, guys. It really doesn't have to be 85, 90% of what all the naysayers are saying. 80%, 78% is huge already. It's a huge thing already. And for us to be able to start buying back, it's an opportune time. even if you had bought at 6,000, I'm sure you didn't dong your whole life savings in at 6,000. Okay, I think that's just absolutely dumb. Okay, this is where the proper risk management, which is what we advocate in CG Protégé and in Discord, right? That when you have proper position sizing and risk management, even if the trade goes wrong, you still have a chance and more bullets behind to go and build that position. So it doesn't matter, because we know crypto is volatile. We know that the volumes are manipulated. Why do you have to worry? That's why a lot of people, sometimes when I look at the comments, I usually laugh it off, because these people don't have enough cash. So that's why they are always over leveraged. They're putting in too much. And when it goes south, right, that was the only bullet they had, or maybe that was the third bullet they had. So they are panicked already. Whereas if you have position sizing and proper risk management, right, you won't have to worry about this. You can sleep well at night. Just saying. So right now, where do you see the Bitcoin prices headed for now, before we move on to Ethereum?
Well, what we do potentially see is this. Now, this particular orange box I drew last night, and I kind of just told the Legacy and Elite member last night as well, that this range will be heavily supported between 3590 to 3638 levels. Well, it did play out, and in fact, we did dip there here. So I think most of them got the position. If not, it should be a comfortable way. But what we do see, and one of the reasons why this is a strong support, is partly due to the previous wedge that was formed right here. Alright, so you can see a huge buying volume that just hit, and then the buy up is just way fast in these 4 hours, and therefore you form a reversal candle, and then the pump came in. So this is a huge support level, and even if we do come down again and hit these levels again, we form a double bottom, right? And people will say, okay, it's a double bottom, let's go up again, and we hit the clock, and then it's just going to be a repeat, repetitive pattern. You know, we just keep on repeating between these ranges until the volume comes in organically and we push up again. So what can we say about BTC price now? Let's look at it on a daily. Why not, right? So on a daily, we can see that it's still suppressed below the cloud heavily. You can see huge candles just up, down, like a heartbeat kind of situation. So there's no clear movement. We're just consolidating between these ranges.
Every day is 1 to 2 billion, guys. Every day is 1 to 2 billion, except for the initial run up. That was about 4 billion in terms of total volume. This is definitely played by the same buggers, right? I just sincerely hope that we are able to be mature enough to stay in the game. I think the whole idea is to stay in the game. I think we had the privilege of interviewing Tyzen I think yesterday, right? Just yesterday. And he just mentioned to stay in the game. And a lot of the people in 2017 leading up to 2018 got wiped out. Right? It's very sad. It's very, very sad. And they won't look at the market at least for a good period of time, right? People will come back, but they'll probably come back when the euphoria is kicked in again. And they're not going to be looking at these levels, guys. I'll be very honest with you. You're so privileged for the fact that you are bothering to still look at it. The fact that you're still in the game, right? You're already ahead of everybody else, because at least you're willing to stay tuned. Maybe you were someone who was sitting on the sidelines. Maybe you were someone like myself who cashed out at 15,000 and above. Maybe you were just someone who didn't invest too much because you were someone who just advocated certain risk management strategies and position sizing that you were able to buffer and tank and be a turtle, right? And you were able to stick it out. And that's why you're still here. That's the only reason. There's no other reason why someone who wiped out 90% would still be in the game, man. Like, we're talking about 90% wipeout, because when you talk about certain cryptocurrencies, when you talk about Bitcoin alone, 83% at the bottom, but we closed off at about 76 to 78%, right? So all these numbers, right, are not something that you wanna just take lightly. It's a lot of money. We're talking about someone's life savings being wiped out just in a year. So it's not something that emotionally anyone can handle, guys. So you are a rare breed, whether you like it or not. You are a rare breed. So you gotta hand. I wanna say kudos to you, because you are still in the game, really. And this guy says we need to capitulate Ryan. Guys, you wanna capitulate me? Sure. Bitcoin goes to $100. That will capitulate me. Really, really, $100. But you know what? I wouldn't, because I'll fucking buy a lot. I will sell off all my watches. I will go all in if it really goes. I swear to you, I'll even do a video. If Bitcoin goes to 100, I'll sell all my watches, because to me watches are nothing, right? I'll sell all my watches, and I'll buy every single Bitcoin at that price. I swear. I'll even do a fucking live video of me selling off the watch, getting the cash, and buying Bitcoin. I'll fucking do it. But that's my price to capitulate me, $100. Really? What's your capitulation point?
I'll just be nicer, maybe $1,000 or something.
$1,000. Okay, $1,000. Yeah. Okay. From a chart wise, we did look at it.
Yeah.
$1,000 would be really a capitulation point for a lot of people. A lot of people. We're talking about people who got in pre-2017.
Yep.
2016, around mid-2016, these people will start to panic a little bit. That will be the only way that you really will have massive capitulation.
But the question is, most of the crypto people, we don't really look at too long horizon.
Yeah.
So we won't be looking at people back in 2016. Maybe they've already taken some profit. So I'm not sure, man.
I guarantee you, those people will actually have the same sentiment. They actually buy back in.
Yeah.
I'm sure, because these people are like donkey years in the space already, right? Considered donkey years, right? Despite the fact that Bitcoin is 10 years old, but the market actually started to have some kind of movement in 2011 to 2013. I think it was around there.
Yep.
Right? Despite the fact that the Bitcoins, the very first few Bitcoins were mined, I think in 2009, right? So this is kind of like that timeline. And right now we're having a stock market situation where the stock markets are correcting heavily, but Bitcoin here, right,
sustaining.
It's kind of sustaining. Okay,
Yeah.
the key word here is year on year. If you look at it, obviously we fucking dipped big time, right? We went to a high of 19,000, and then went back all the way down to 3,100 something, depending on which exchange you're using. So let's just call it 3.2. So this price point at the moment, with such low volume, with practically very little people looking at the Bitcoin space, where do you find that the best opportunity should be? I think, where do you think we should be finding opportunities ourselves? I think that's the part where we wanna just put our thoughts. By the way, we're not financial advisors, guys. We are just here to share our opinions, and this is something that we will do with our portfolios. So, Andy, looking at the Bitcoin price at the moment, right? I would say that we are definitely in an accumulation stage.
Yep.
We are definitely in an accumulation stage. For me, I'm looking at the price point no higher than 5,000 for this year. I must admit, I would say that 5,000 would be really the cap of the cap, and we're going to have this volatility, or at least these price swings between 3 to 5,000.
Okay.
That will be my take.
Okay. My take and my thoughts are, because we're close to halving next year in May. And usually there's a price in effect a year before the halving, which will be this year's May. And this is historically proven in the previous halving as well, back in 2015 and 2016, or that period of time. So perhaps you may see some movement coming in quarter two. We're not sure whether the foremothers will kick in, whether the plebs or whether institutions will understand what is halving. But just basing on pricing in action based on halving effect, we may see, I'm looking at between 7 to 10, by the end of the year, 7 to 10,000, $7,000 to about $10,000. It's just being more optimistic about the halving effect.
So Andy is saying year end 7 to 10,000. Okay, fine. The halving is important. I say 5,000 maximum.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is something that I'm looking at, right? This is, I think my target is a little bit more achievable.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
But having the halving in place, but don't forget that we are going to have a potential bear market. Well, we kind of already hit the bear market. It's just how long is that bear market going to be in the stock market,
the
right?
financial market.
And the question is,
whether
or not, how will Bitcoin react? This will be it, guys. This was exactly what everybody was waiting for.
And this is the reason why Satoshi created Bitcoin in the first place.
Yes, correct.
Right?
It did come out at the beginning of the subprime. You see, Bitcoin was created, or the concept of Bitcoin was created because of the subprime. It kind of came out. It came because we know that the current financial system is broken, right? And that was why it kind of created all this debt, right? And a lot of people who experienced that subprime saw their parents' pension funds got wiped out, right? People losing their homes, fire sales, foreclosures, businesses going down, people taking their lives. Man, if this is what I think it is, it's going to be way worse than what I experienced. I was a new ass banker when I just stepped in at that time. I started banking back in 2008. That was the very first time that I stepped in. Right now, could be the fact that crypto has been preparing us. Because crypto's volatility is just crazy, guys. No one in their right fucking mind, okay, especially if you're someone who is so used to running and managing funds, would ever touch cryptocurrencies. Seriously speaking, because the volatility, the manipulation involved, the lack of the infrastructure, I personally wouldn't if I was running billions, right? As a hedge fund or a pension fund, I wouldn't touch it. But there are solutions that are coming up going forward, right? So, but anyway, that's another tale for another time. Let's go down to the Ethereum charts. I think everybody wants to look at the Ethereum charts at the moment.
Well, the one thing before we even look at Ethereum,
yes,
right,
I want
to know
that
Ethereum has overtaken Ripple on the ranking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I spoke about that.
Hey, by the way, guys, I am sorry. I thought Ethereum was going to $50, man. In my heart, I still feel that Ethereum should be $50 or less. Not because, don't forget, can we not forget that a lot of the ICOs are still underwater. A lot of people are cutting back on stuff. We know Bitmain has cut back on stuff. Huobi has cut back on stuff. Steam has ETC has lost their full lead developer team. I'm sure there are other companies that aggressively hired during the time when they raised funds and they experienced the bear market. Honestly, I just feel that Ethereum pumping right now would be a great opportunity for these businesses to sell more Ethereum, and either it will happen at 150 or 200. What say you? Right? I feel this really cannot last. You just look at the volume, guys. Okay, we are now looking at the charts. Tell me that the volume is sustainable. I don't think the volume is sustainable.
Yeah, so on RSI and OBV, you're showing a kind of like a divergent situation. So volume won't be very sustainable. You can see that the candles are slowing down as well in terms of movement. So most likely, if you were to just compare the charts for Ethereum as compared to BTC or even with Ripple, you've kind of realized that Ethereum's chart is slightly better. I've already said it about a few CG Market Watch before, that Ethereum's price or movement will be better than BTC and Ripple. It played out beautifully. But so what we need to understand is that it's still above the cloud. It's still above EMA 200 even on 4 hours. Or is it? Yeah, 200. As compared to BTC, who's still struggling within the cloud and are still below the EMA 200, Ethereum is already above. But when you really just zoom out on Ethereum's chart and you really just zoom out on it,
it follows. In fact, it's quite similar to BTC's movement. Really, it is. And I feel that, like I said, money is just moving from one
to another.
The reason why the flip can happen for Ripple to Ethereum was clearly possibly Ripple people who were profiting from Ripple's movement possibly moved to Ethereum, right? Anyone who bought at 3.2 to anywhere from 3.2 for BTC, 3.2 to 3.5, right, would have profited at 4K and moved to something else. It's probably the same thing that's going on, guys. It's just whether or not are you on that boat at that point in time, right? But the long game, at the end of the day, I personally still believe that there are always opportunities for us to make money in the space, but the end game is to have more Bitcoin, right? For now, it's just having more Bitcoin, because as long as Bitcoin is still the main, having the main amount of the dominance, right? I do see that the dominance dropping. The dominance is dropping. Initially, I think the high was
54.
55. Was it really that low? I thought it was close to 60%.
56%.
Yeah, 56%. So the high at that point was 56%.
For last year, it was...
for last year, 27, but that was 2017. So this year, it was 56%. Then it starts to die down. It's kind of encouraging to see the dominance drop, and hopefully we see Bitcoin prices start to be a little bit more tame, which I think is temporal, And then after that, you'll see the altcoins, which is what everybody loves, start pumping.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're in the right altcoin and you would benefit from it.
Yeah. Alright, so this is in terms of pricing for Ethereum. We're still looking for a correction at about $150. RSI is heading into overbought, so we will see some corrections sooner or later. Alright, so guys, if you're in Ethereum, just take note. For Ripple wise, it's a very similar chart movement as compared to BTC. You realize that we're still
Lots
below.
of cup and handles.
Yeah, lots of
lots of fucking
whatever you call it.
Whatever wedge or whatever inverse head and shoulders and whatever you all want to call it, as long as the volume doesn't come in at the right point of time. And the volume, guys, the volume comes in very randomly, and I would strongly suggest that it will always be an investment and you touch very, very little. I know that there are leverage options, but I strongly discourage it, because at the end of the day, if you don't know what you're doing, you could lose all your cryptocurrencies. You could lose it, and we don't want that to happen to you.
I think if you say Bitcoin is volatile, altcoins will definitely be even more volatile,
man.
right? So
I mean, look, there are people who are just clueless, and they go onto a very popular site that is famous for leverage.
That doesn't require KYC.
That doesn't require KYC outside of the US, right? And the moment they just open a trade, they lose everything, because it starts off at the maximum leverage possible. And people who don't even know how leverage works, right, always get wiped out. Always get wiped out. So these are the things, guys, that you have to be very strategic about. Money is hard to earn, right? It doesn't come easily. However, whether you're hustling at a job, whether you're working at a job and hustling at the side, or just trying to make money from getting money from savings and everything, you have to learn proper risk management, really, and also learning how to use the tools effectively available. TA is one part of the ball game, but at the end of the day, it's all about risk management that will help you go the distance, right? So happy new year to the folks, 700 hertz, AJBS, more happy new year, Dharma brother, hey, happy new year, guys. And Brown Puppy, hey, what's up, man? And of course, we have I think we have always our very favorite life-size box, who has always come on to help do the moderation.
Thank you.
So yeah, guys, this year, sad to say that we are still in a bear market. Okay, let's just be very honest, because we have tanked 78%. For us to pull out from the bear market,
It will require even more.
It will require a lot of things going on. So I would safely say that we are going to still be in a bear market this year, and there will be opportunities for you to make money, because there is still volatility. But having said that, we hope that you stay in the game. We hope that you stay in the game, and we will come up with options on how you can make money. I think how to make money outside of crypto is just as important as how you make money in crypto, because if you don't have money coming into this game, how are you going to make money, right? So this is the whole idea of how 2019 is going to play out for us, and this is the kind of content that we want to continue to deliver, and we want to make sure that you guys are well equipped with that knowledge. Because I know what it's like to not have money, right? I clearly know that, and I know how much of a struggle it is, right? It doesn't happen overnight, and it needs to be something of having that consistent hand holding, and that is what we specialize in, and that is why the elite group is something that we have been doing since 2017, and we have helped our members really through the bear market. I know it's very hard to make money in a bear market, but when you're able to have a community, you have that tribe that comes together, and having like-minded individuals, I think that's where the power, it helps you out a lot. I mean, think of it this way. If you're someone who's on your own, sure, you can trade on your own, you can find information on your own, but sometimes you want to bounce ideas. Sometimes when a very stressful situation happens, you want to have the right people guiding you and not find solace in a troll box, right? I'm not saying that all these avenues, I'm sure that there are other groups out there, but for us, we have just been around and we have the experience to push everyone through. That's the most important thing. The whole idea is the experience, guys. It's not about what we do, it's about what we've been through that really helps out a lot. And if we stepped on the landmine before and we had our leg blown off, at least I will let you know, hey, don't do this, right? Because I had my leg blown off. I don't want you to go through it. You get what I'm saying? So this is kind of like what we offer in CG Protégé and in our private Discord group as well. Like I said, links are in the description below. We want to make sure that everyone is going to be well equipped for 2019, guys, because 2018 has passed us. I sincerely feel that the worst is behind us. But are we still going to be in a very bearish situation that we want our folks to be able to capitalize on? Yes, we want you to capitalize on it. So that is all for the day. That is all for the stream. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in the next episode.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.